Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to you, wherever you may be watching me from tonight. Okay. I want to say welcome to another episode or tonight's episode of Chat with Themmy. I am Thelma Titi Ahamba. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to this amazing platform where the focus is to inspire, to educate, and empower through conversations and personal stories and insights. All right. So I want to welcome you all for being on here tonight. I am excited. It's a new month. So whatever you were praying for this new month, I want to say congratulations in advance because I know it's going to be fulfilled. I know it's going to happen. All right. So I want to be the first to say congratulations, whether it's your new job, it's your admission, it's your promotion at work, it's your new home, it's a baby, it's a marriage proposal, whatever it is you're praying for, I wish you all the best because I know by the time July gets to the end, you'll have a reason to testify. Okay. So I want to welcome you all tonight to another episode of Chats with Timmy. And as always, guys, we're going to talk about something very interesting today. So a lot of times we're a bit conflicted on account of these things. So my question to you is no applause, still work it. Sometimes we're looking for motivation, we're looking for external motivation, we're looking for, people to cheer us on. We're, just trying to find some kind of meaning to keep going, right? But then sometimes you look around and you don't really see the people you want to see. You don't really see your loved ones. Sometimes it's strangers that you see. Sometimes you don't see anyone at all. So what do you do when there's no applause? What do you do when no one's clapping? Do you give up? Do you throw in the towel? Do you say I'm tired? Do you say, well, this is not for me? What do you do? Please share some of your strategies in the comment section because I am definitely open to learning from you and open to, getting your own perspective on this as well. What do you do when there's no one's watching? What do you do when no one's clapping? And I'm going to, always I have some fresh cheese ready to add to the conversation to spice it up. I'm going to talk about something that's trending in the Ghanaian media right now. And I don't know whatever the results are, but I'm going to just share my perspective on that, okay? And it's still going to be inspiring, it's still going to be educative. The goal remains the same, okay? Yay! Thank you so much for Malasha. She's watching from Zambia. Ooh, thank you. What's your time in Zambia right now? It's past midnight my time, actually. At least I got in before the next day. So yeah, I got on before the next day. So 3 minutes before the next day. What's your time? I'll have to know that. Thank you so much for joining, whether you're joining me from Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. Wherever you are on your time zone, I want to say thanks for joining me and I hope we're going to have a good time tonight. Okay. So what do you do when no one's watching? First and foremost, before we all embark on the journey, sometimes it's not for the applause. Okay? I mean, no aspect, no aspect of your journey should be for the applause. Because if you're just solely, oh wow, it's 6 a.m. That's amazing. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. You're like 6 hours ahead of me right now. Um, no aspect of your journey should be for the applause, okay? Because the thing is, you will get, I don't want to say you might get disappointed. It's very much assured that you will get disappointed. If you're showing up, if your initiatives, if your activities, if your project is only for the applause, you are definitely going to be disappointed. All right? Because naturally, people love success. Not everybody's going to be there with you at the beginning of your journey. You realize that as you continue to go, people will come along the way. Not everyone's going to be there. Look at the top YouTubers in the world. When they started a couple of years ago, or whatever time they started at, Like they didn't have the best views. They didn't have, they didn't have people, just thousands of people just watching their videos and stuff. No, they never did. All right. I'm gonna put this up here because I will be putting the first guest video out on Friday. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Themmy Ahamba TV. Definitely subscribe, and all the videos is going to be dumped over there. Where it's just a big reciprocal. My English is gone. All right, let me not stress myself. It's late, so it's just gonna be like a, where you can easily have access to the videos. Okay, so repository. Okay, great. I think I finally got it. I finally got it. I was kind of tie my tongue. But okay, so I want to say, uh, 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 um, even if no one's watching, your journey should not be for the applause because you're gonna be disappointed. I can assure you that. All right. No aspect of your journey should be for the applause because, oh, people are watching, people are gonna be cheering me on and stuff like that. Have you watched your sport? Maybe your favorite sports, okay? Um, and then maybe if it's football, maybe that person, that player missed a penalty, or maybe they missed a shot, or maybe that if it's a basketball, maybe someone missed a shot. Maybe if it's double dutch, maybe if it's whatever game. All right, maybe the person. Some people get nervous, like when on the field when they're playing. If I used to quiz when I was in school, sometimes the crowd is cheering for you, and you're leading. You before you know, boom, you make a very slight mistake and then you lose a point, something happens. And then sometimes people will boo at you. So what do you do when there's no applause? What do you do when they're booing at you? I'm not encouraging booing at people. I'm just saying, what would you do? What would you do if nobody's clapping? If there's no applause, maybe you gave something your best shot and the room is as quiet as a graveyard. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stop? Are you not gonna go again? Are you gonna give up? I don't know which what level you are on your journey right now, but I want to say don't give up. Don't even just do it for the applause. Don't, because you're going to get disappointed. Okay? Self motivation and perseverance is very, very important. So when there's no external validation, you need something inside of you to quicken you and tell you that you need to keep going, because people's not always going to be there for you, even if they want to. No matter how much people may want to show up for you, naturally they may not be able to do that. So, what are you going to do? You need to wake up and hold your own hands. You need to wake up and tell yourself, you know what, Thelma, take this, go along. You need to get to this level. You need to execute this. You need to keep going. So I said I was going to talk about something in the Ghanaian media. So apparently, there's a chef who had been undergoing, or who had embarked on a cookathon for the Guinness Book of Records, and from the news I read, it's like he started in February and ended in March, and then I mean we're in July, and he's giving his result like he's been named as someone now the holder of the Guinness World Record for cooking over 800 hours. All right. I mean, it wasn't in the media. I don't know how long he went. I don't know how many hours he went for. I'm sure his community is there to testify on how long he stood up, how long he cooked, how long his entire project took. But my key point is, like, Ghana had a singathon, like Hilda Bassi from Nigeria. I mean, Asantua, right? From Ghana had a singathon. It was everywhere in the media. Hilda Bassi brought the Guinness World Record home. Was it last year or last 2 years? And then it was everywhere in the media. Blogs were taking it, everyone was taking it, everyone was talking about it. There was huge visibility. And then all of a sudden, we wake up today, only a handful of people knew Chef Smith was doing a cookathon in Spring Text. And now it's like he's named the world record holder for the longest cookathon in history for over 800 hours. Like I said, I don't know the details of that. I don't know if Guinness Book of Record had come out to say that, but I'm just going to point out something with regards to today's topic. Whether people are watching or not, whether people are giving you the applause, whether people are cheering you on or not, keep on going. I mean, the cookathon is going to be verified. The hours he worked, because I remember Chef Fatima or Fatia also from Tamale also did cook her own cookathon. I don't know if she made the cut, but it was everywhere in the Ghanaian media, okay? But this guy wasn't so visible. But it happens to be, it came out today. It's everywhere in the Ghanaian media. You can Google it. I think it's Millennium Chef Smith, right? It's everywhere in the Ghanaian media that now he's the world record holder for the cookathon. It's yet to be verified by Guinness themselves, I think. But if no, even if nobody's watching, that's my point by bringing this story out, okay? Even if nobody's watching, keep on going. Because at the end of the day, guess what's going to happen? People are going to tag along. People love success. People may not be available at the beginning, but it's just a natural thing in life that I like to look at life like this, like a triangle. The base is very broad. So when you're starting out, sometimes, I mean, people will fall off. Maybe you have this vision to do this very big thing and you go share with someone and be like, I don't think this is gonna work. But just give it a try and see. So little by little, as you're pushing, guess what? It gets lonelier and lonelier and lonelier. You realize that people are dropping, not many people are looking, not many people are cheering you on, not many people understand your vision, not many people understand what you're trying to do. But guess what? Keep on going. Your drive and your commitment to your journey depends on you and not the recognition or the approval of other people. That's one thing I want you to get. Anybody and everybody may give up on you, but do not give up on you. Don't. I don't care how tired you are. If you're tired, take a seat, rest. It's allowed. But don't give up on you. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, even if nobody's clapping, you need an extra hand, just look in the mirror and clap for yourself. You have an extra pair of hands. Every time you're getting discouraged, look at yourself in the mirror. If you need a tap on the back or pats on the back, just look into the mirror and you will see an extra hand on your shoulders. Give it a try. Every time you're going and you realize that, okay, it's getting tedious and you don't know what to do and blah, 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 give yourself a pat on the shoulder, looking in the mirror. You will see that extra hand that you need to see on your shoulders. You want an extra pair of claps? Look in the mirror and give yourself a clap. Recently, I took a really cool picture of my baby. I saw him in front of the mirror and he was looking at himself and smiling and all happy and stuff like that. And he gave a good smile to himself. And I don't know what he was thinking in his very tiny head, whether he was cute, whether he was handsome, I don't know. Then he started clapping for himself. And then he saw that the person in the mirror was clapping for him too. Then you know what he did? He stretched his hand to the little baby in the mirror and he touched his own hand and he just gave me a really bright and cool smile. And luckily for me, I was able to capture that moment. What am I trying to say? If you need an extra pair of hands to clap for you when no one's clapping, walk to your mirror. Look in the mirror and clap for yourself. There's an extra pair of hands. There's a reflection of you telling you, I got you. Okay? When no one's looking, when no one's walking, and no one's watching, find your why. Why am I doing this? Why am I on this journey? Why am I starting now? Why am I beginning this project? Why am I working on this? Okay? Why am I working on this? Why am I doing this? Where am I going with this? When you find your why, it's very easy and it may not be all rosy, but it helps you to, get some clarity. Once you find the purpose driving that goal that you're working on, it gives you clarity on that purpose. You remind yourself why you are getting started. Even if it looks like you're not making headways, you tell yourself, why did I begin? Why did I want to do this? All right? Like, honestly speaking, my evening was going some kind of way, y'all. My evening was going. It was going. It was going. And I'm like, I'm not going to go live tonight. And my cousin was like, girl, you better go live. People waiting for you. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. And then I had to remind myself again, why did I start this? Why did I begin chat with Themmy? All right. So you need to find a purpose that is deeply rooted in why you got started in the first place. And I'm going to my next point, and it's your personal satisfaction, not for anyone. Because sometimes when nobody's watching, when nobody's on live with me, and they're gonna watch the replay, then I have to tell myself, as I'm talking to my audience, I am talking to me. So if I'm inspiring you, I am inspiring me. If I'm educating you, I'm educating me. If I'm empowering you, I'm empowering me. It's a double edged sword here. Great. Comfort has something to say. She said, when you find your why, the people around you can help you or break you. That's why it's in all this we are ne- we need to be careful. All right. So when you find your why, like I said, no applause, still work it. Because sometimes people may see your vision, but they may not believe in it just yet. So they may not clap. They may not give you thumbs up just yet because it looks like maybe you're fainting, maybe you're going. Have you watched all these athletes running? Imagine an athlete running and then they stump a toe and then they go like this, you know? And then the whole crowd go, oh, should that person stop running? No, no, they should not. But they should keep on going, right? It's the same thing for you. You're an athlete, you're a cook, you're a chef, you're an engineer, you're a designer, you're a stylist, you're whatever you want to be, whatever you are now, whatever you're evolving to be. When your moment of stumbling comes and everybody goes, ooh, what should you do? Stop. You should keep going. Business is not making profit. Get back to the drawing board. What's working? What's not working? Why didn't this work? Did we try it the first time? Did it work the first time? Why is it not working now? Did times change? Did season change? And stuff like that. Go back to the drawing board. That's your moment of, oh, okay, but should you stop? No, don't. I want to encourage you. Check your own personal fulfillment, the growth that comes from the efforts you're making. I remember I had to come on here last week, the last week of June, and say, guys, whew, I need to take care of me. But guess what? I have seen so much growth in myself since I started. In as much as I'm offering value to my community, I am growing and I am being intentional about my growth. I am thinking on my feet. I'm being able to communicate properly. I'm connecting with my audience on a different level. And if you watch Chat with Timmy from the beginning when I was giving myself the challenge in May, you would see me in the background in my room, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let nothing discourage me, y'all. And I mean, when I wanted to bring it back on, I was all kind of nervous. I was imagining imposter syndrome, wearing her high heels and her red dress, looking all sparkling and all nice like a pretty lady, telling me, "Oh, you don't have everything. Oh, you're not gonna do this. Oh, blah blah blah." And then there was sometimes the lights were dim. There was sometimes my nieces would come in on me. There was sometimes I'll be talking to my nephew. There's sometimes something's happening here, something's happening there. And then I told myself, I am not going to learn to perfect this if I stop. When I was getting burnout, when life was getting in my way, I was, I told myself I need a break. And that was a very much needed break, y'all. Did I get the break I needed? Yes, I did. Am I looking refreshed? Yes, I feel refreshed. Yes, I feel myself. I don't feel like I'm pouring from an empty cup. Sometimes I'm on chat with him and nobody's on live because of the time. I'm like, you know what, girl, you gotta be consistent. You need to be online. And then I'm like, okay, nobody's listening right now. And I'm like, you know what? Your time zone's different. They're probably sleeping. They're probably at work. But guess what? When they wake up, they want to know that Thelma was out there. They want to know that Thelma was able to come on here and give the blessing that she has for the world. And guess what? I be sitting minding my business and I be getting notification from videos I have done weeks ago. The people are still engaging with. People are still sending me message and letting me know that this resonate with me, XYZ. And I'm like, I am not backing down now. No, 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 no. I am not. Celebrate your small wins. I remember when I opened the guest feature for Chat with Timmy last month. Thank you so much, Ria. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. When I opened the guest feature, guess what? I was talking to people back to back. And y'all wasn't that exhausting. But I was learning. I was being poured into. I was being energized. I was being light up. And there were some days I didn't show up on live. Then guess what? I had to celebrate those wins. I was showing up in different aspects of my life. I was showing up as a mom. I was showing up as a daughter. I was showing up as a sister. Definitely, sis. I would like to add this. You said once we start this no going back, sometimes there's a spin around and you need to spin around. Sometimes there's a much needed spin around and you need to embrace that spin around. All right. So just ask yourself, why am I on this journey? Where am I headed with this? Like, I was some of my clients for the educational opportunities that I be giving out. When they ask me sometimes they're struggling to pick a course, what course should I pick? I'm like, you know what? Ask yourself, what career path are you on? And what courses feed into that career path? Because sometimes you're thinking, oh, I have this dream school in mind and I want to do this course, but they're not offering this course. But are they offering anything that have to do with your career? Are they? Don't don't sometimes we'll keep ourselves in a box. Be open minded. I want to be a engineer. What kind of engineer? What what programs feed into that engineering career? Take on that instead of you waiting or maybe trying to get funding for maybe much more expensive school and stuff like that, right? You want to work in a certain role, but there's a ladder to climb, right? You won't just wake up and be a manager tomorrow. You won't just wake up and be in executive role tomorrow. Every executive you see, even if you're the owner of the company, you started from somewhere. You had little to no skills. You probably started as a volunteer. You probably started as an intern. You start at entry level. Before you became that great expert that everybody knows and everybody looks up to, like, you will not always fly. You started from somewhere. All right? You will not always fly. And you will not always be fly. And it's okay. So whether or not someone's watching, whether or not there's an applause, whether or not there's a cheer for you to say, keep on going, Comfort, go Rhea, go Thelma, whether or not there's a, oh, keep on going. Still work it. Because guess what? In the work, you're perfecting your craft. In the work, you're learning endurance. In the work, you're learning consistency. In the work, you're building different strategies and testing out different strategies. Exactly, Comfort. We need to take advantage of what we have, meaning every opportunity can open other doors. Okay. You may be in your testing period, you may be in your testing phase, but look at yourself. Ask yourself, I could actually pick a gem from out of this thing, from out of this dirt that's happening to me. I could pick a gem out of here. I could pick a gem out of here. What's that gem? It could help you along your life's journey. It could. So, whether the tides are high or it's low, what are you learning out of there? There's an ouch moment, there's an oh moment, there's a boo. What do you do with those ones? You want to still be able to put in the work. And when I say put in the work, your effort counts. Don't set this glamorous or so big of a goal that's high and mighty. Celebrate your small wins. Set your own personal milestones. Start tracking your progress. Start tracking your progress. I'm someone who really would like to keep my progress in my head, but recently I started tracking them. What am I thinking about? What am I working on? What am I praying for? What did I win at? What did I not win at? Okay? So, um sometimes it may look like things are not working out, but things are working out. Sometimes things will not be okay for them to be okay. So even if the people that were clapping for you before, you guys fell out naturally, unnaturally, doesn't matter. It's okay. Still work it. Because guess what? You're learning. You are. Look at yourself right now. The experiences you've had in the last 5 years. What has that taught you? How has that contributed to the amazing soul that you are now? Maybe something happened last month. Maybe if it was you 3 years ago, you probably wouldn't have handled it in any better way, right? But because you encountered something and you took a lesson from there, now look at you. You're mature. You're handling it right. You're handling whether it's a broken piece or it's a whole piece. You're handling it just fine, right? You're handling it just okay. Because whether or not people are applauding you, whether or not people are clapping, whether or not people are cheering you on, keep on going. Still put in the work. Because at the end of the day, the efforts you're making is sharpening you. The efforts you're making is strengthening you. The efforts you're making is making you wiser. The efforts you're making is making you braver. The efforts you're making It's helping you understand things from a whole new perspective. That's why you should keep going. And as you keep on going, you want to cultivate the culture of self discipline. Thank you, Comfort. I love Comfort has really brilliant thoughts. Like, it's true, very true. The problem with some of us is that instead of us working on our not so loud chapter, we start to wallow in self pity and start throwing a very large pity party for ourselves. And then we want everyone to say, Che, yeah, sorry, okay. Che, yeah, sorry, yeah. No, sometimes sorry is not good for you. No, 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 no. Sometimes sorry is not good for you. No, don't wallow in self pity. Now, I'll share the story of sometimes, honestly, some people may have good intentions, but sometimes the only way you can be helped is when people do not help you. Thank you so much, Comfort. Thank you. I didn't give the call to action, but Comfort is given for me. I see you, sis. She says share the video for others to learn. So if you're watching and you're getting some nuggets out of here, definitely please do share this video. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Comfort, for calling that out. I always keep forgetting to get that call to action though. All right. Sometimes the only way people can help you is for them not to help you. Have you have you had a dream where you you're fighting opposing forces and it's like they're pressing your back against the wall or the floor or whatever, and then you just all of a sudden you just manage to get some extra strength, like it's like if I perish I perish, but I'm going to do this. Sometimes there may be forces against you. Thank you so much, Comfort. I am feeling your vibe, girl. Like, thank you so much, Comfort. So thanks for joining. Try to join every day. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support always, sis. I really do appreciate that. Sometimes the only way to get help is that help that they did not render to you. That time that you needed that thing and that person was not in the position. Sometimes they're not in the position to help you. Do you give up? Do you say nobody want to help me, so I don't think I can do this anymore? Do you throw in the towel because nobody wants to help you? Do you? Here's the thing about cultivating self discipline. Sometimes it's like, we try to tell ourselves, I need to be self disciplined. I need to continue to get, I need to be on top of things. And we are building our routines, except we are not including rest in our routines. Whatever consistent routine you're trying to work on, include time for work, include time for rest, include time for self care. All right? Because it is all part of it. You want to be disciplined? Discipline yourself to take care of yourself, because you cannot be 50% and give the world 100%. Your battery will go low and boop, your light will be out in every sense of the word, health wise, financial wise, career wise, business wise, academic wise, emotional wise. Okay? So when I'm talking about being disciplined, be disciplined about taking care of yourself as well. All right? You want to hold yourself accountable as well. Even if nobody's watching you, even if nobody's like, okay, what's this person up to? Or let me watch before they do XYZ. Or no, 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 no. Hold yourself accountable on your own values, on your own standards, on your own beliefs. Again, comfort there with her thoughts. Most of us grow without love, but what the question is, what can we do to make the world much more better than we left it? The other day, I was talking to one of the guests, and I'm like, the world is already full of a lot of terrible things happening. I mean, let's leave that to the devil because he's very good at his job. He's executing stuff very well. The Bible said he comes to kill, steal, and destroy, right? So let's leave all the bitterness to him. Let's leave all the evil to him. Let's leave all the killings to him. Let's leave all the negativity to him. You in your own self, my Nigerian friends will say gong gong gong. My Ghana people will say you ankasa, you yourself. Eh? Whether no one's watching you, be very intentional about standing on business. Standing on your business. What's your business? Is it putting out positivity in the world? Is it walking into a room and lighting up the room? Stand on that business. Whether people applaud you or not, stand on there. I'm going to be wrapping up right now, y'all. Another thing you want to do is you want to develop a positive mindset. Nothing can beat a positive mindset. I don't care if it's one person in the room or it's one person watching you live or it's one person or it's 100 people. I don't care. Build a positive mindset. Whether somebody shows up for you, somebody doesn't show up for you, it's great, right? Having a support system that shows up for you, it's amazing. But sometimes life can get in the way of others as well. The same way life is getting in your way, life is getting other people's way. Life is getting in your best friend's way. Life is getting in your spouse's way. Life is getting in your baby's way, in your kid's way, in your boss's way, in your colleague's way. Life is getting in your mom's way, in your sister's way, in your friend's way. Be gracious as well. Understand that part. Sometimes people may not be clapping because maybe their hands are tied, maybe their hands are wounded. Still work it. The thing is, when you get so used to putting in the effort, whether somebody shows up or not, you just keep going because you're like, girl, I see you growing in this area, I see you growing in that area. And I'm gonna put when I started the May challenge, the first video I did, I mean, I am not an introvert. Okay, I take that back. Depending on where I am, depending on the environment, I could be an intro or an extrovert. All right, depending where I am. But generally, more than 50%, I am not an introvert. And I'm not afraid of the camera. Okay? But for some reason, the first day when I started the challenge in May, guys, I just had cold feet. And I was fumbling and I was like, I was all kind of shy. And I'm like, I think I remember saying that. I'm like, I spoke about overcoming yourself, overcoming self. That was what I spoke about on May 1st. And I was like, I'm not usually shy. But all of a sudden, I think it was just me coming out to say, ooh, I've been fighting some inconsistency problem. I've been fighting with some self-sabotage and I've been fighting with, some imposter syndromes here and there. And, you know, negative thoughts, when negative thoughts want to come at you, girl, they're dressing like you're going on a date. If your negative thought is a male, he's coming in his tuxedo because he's so confident trying to get you down. If your negative thought or your self sabotage or your imposter syndrome is a female, she's coming looking all classy, hair packed, lip gloss there, makeup done, purse. because it's showing up in your head to make you believe beyond all reasonable doubt why you cannot do what you know you can do. So if even if no one's watching, praise yourself, hold yourself up, okay? Get creative, get some inspiration from inside. Look at every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Look at every challenge. Oh, sorry. Look at every challenge as an opportunity to go to the next level. Conferences, we're all going through it big time, but the attitude to handle stuff matters a lot. I love this, and you could not have said it any better. Yesterday, I spoke about phases. We all go through it. Like, you may see someone taking flights and be posting catching flights now feelings. That person is probably struggling with depression, or that person is going through a heartbreak, or someone's just handling some kind of health issue. Somebody's just handling some kind of tough times. Somebody's just, going through it behind the scenes. And the fact that you see that, okay, this person's above me, they're, they're all kinds of above me right now. And it's like, uh, um, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel. Themmy Ahmad. That's where all the other episodes going forward from the first day to um going forward. That's where all the videos are gonna be. So please follow on YouTube. As all the videos will be going there. So in case you miss it on social media and other content come in between the videos, you can definitely find it on Themmy Ahamba. It's not there yet. It's going up this week. So just follow and turn on your notifications so you can be able to know when everything is going to happen. Okay. But definitely, I said I was wrapping up, so I'm going right now. Okay. You want to be able to tell yourself that even if nobody's clapping for me, I should clap for myself. Even if nobody's watching, I should keep going. Because at the end of the day, guess what? You're growing. If you're a parent, even if you're not a parent, if you're an older sibling, or even if you're a younger sibling, you probably have seen a baby. If you have a baby in your home, every morning you wake up, you don't look out to see if the baby nails had grown. You don't wake up to see if the baby nose has gotten a little bigger. You don't wake up to see, does baby have teeth yet? Just give the baby time and all these things is gonna show. It's just that's what happens when you put in effort. Okay? Every single day, the baby's growing, the baby's hair growing, some kind of thing on that baby's growing. You just wake up and before me here, my baby's taking steps now. It was just a few weeks ago. It was just a few weeks ago, this brother was just lying and completely dependent on me now. But now when I stretch my two finger, he's able to hold it and get up by himself. When he wakes up from bed, he's able to sit upright. That's a little effort. Over time, you're going to see it. Over time, you're going to see how far you have come. Whether or not there were people clapping, whether or not there were people cheering you on, whether or not there were people showing up with you and for you, you're going to experience that. So, irrespective of who shows up, irrespective of who claps for you, doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter, okay? Keep going because at the end of the day, you're going to see growth. You're going to see you, and that's the sweetest part about setting milestones. You start seeing things along, okay, did I make it to this big milestone? Okay, before I got to the big milestone, I got this, I had that, I had this, I had that. It's like going to college and trying to get your degree. But then along the line, you got a really high GPA and you got scholarship for that. That's like just, little fruits along the way. The actual goal is for you to get to college, get through college, get your degree, right? So that degree may be the biggest milestone, but along the line, you're making friends, you're building relationships, you're making connections, you're forming best friends, you're coordinating yourself well in your apartment, you're connecting with your roommate on a whole new level. And by the time you come out of college, you have made a sister, a brother. You have even met a life partner for that 4 years or how many years you spent in college. Okay? So whether or not no one's clapping, remember, look into the mirror and clap. If you need an extra pair of hands to clap for you, there, you'll find it. If you need someone to tap you on the back and say, well done, look into your bathroom mirror, look into your room mirror, look into wherever, even your car windshield, your car view mirror. Tap yourself on the shoulder and tell yourself, girl, you're killing it. Girl, you're doing big things. What are you telling yourself? How do you talk to yourself? You want to be polite to other people. Are you polite to yourself? You want to be kind to other people. Are you kind to yourself? You want to be gracious to other people. Are you gracious to yourself? So, as you're tapping yourself on your shoulders, look into the mirror for that extra hand. Okay? I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. I bring down the curtain for tonight's episode of Chat with Themmy. And thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I absolutely love you from the depths of my heart for being on this journey with me. I do not take your support for granted. So I'll see you tomorrow, and I cannot wait for you guys to get to see my first guest. Okay. So definitely thank you guys for supporting me, whether you're watching on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Um, uh, Definitely the videos are going to be on YouTube, but of course I'm going to premiere as well. I think I set it up that way. Yeah. So we'll be live like we're not live, but yeah, all the guest features are going to go up live on Fridays. I am not eliminating. I'm not eliminating the live, the daily live. I'm not gonna eliminate that, but the guest feature is gonna be every Friday. Thank you guys so much. It's bedtime for me. I thank you guys so much. I wish you a wonderful day, a happy new month. Congratulations on your answered prayers, whether it's a job, whether it's a family, whether it's a home, whether it's visa, whether it's business, whether it's your academics. Have a wonderful time and have a good night. Bye bye.